Joined by Coach Todd Haley, who I just learned does a 3-hour Steelers pregame show on
That's
Sundays.
impressive.
Coach,
that's impressive work right
why
there,
Coach. Why not a 4-hour pregame show, Coach?
I don't do the whole 3 hours. Trust me, that'd be too much.
Hey, thanks for joining us. Appreciate you. Chad and I were talking about the coaches carousel right now in college. How many times were you contacted while you had a job about getting another job in the middle of a season?
Does
it happen?
Maybe one time, but I don't even think it was in season. I never, get with another team. Obviously they'll send in a request to talk to you about a certain job. So that has happened, obviously, but never in season where I ever talked about any of that.
Yeah, the format for the pros is a bit different than college, which it's just crazy. I can't. You're telling your team during the summer, hey, lock in, be focused on the upcoming season, and then you have a chance for winning whatever, and you got your coach talking to another program.
There's actual speculation right now, Coach, that Lane Kiffin might leave his team in the middle of for what Ole Miss is a historic Ole Miss run into a playoff, because he's got to make a decision on this other job that he's being offered right now. Like, do we need rules like the NFL and college coaching to keep guys under contract to not be able to talk to other schools?
I just, rules, no rules. I don't know, whether it was the way I was raised, but even when I was a coordinator with the with the Arizona Cardinals, on a run to the Super Bowl, I had an agent, of course, and, he kept trying to, hey, there's these jobs open. And I'm like, I'm in the playoffs. I refuse to talk about anything. I even think going on interviews, even on a bye week, I don't agree with. I just don't think it's fair to your group. And I got the job in Kansas City, but it was the last job, and I was, lucky enough to get it. But I don't know. I just don't believe in it. I don't feel it's fair to your players, to your other coaches. But everybody can do whatever they want.
Yeah. We've entered a very interesting time in coaching and the divide between college and NFL. And I think really maybe for one of the first times, it feels like in college you could set up every generation of your family for life right now with a big buyout if you go somewhere and sign for the big buyout. But your life, you can't really live it either, because it's constant DMs, it's constant text messaging, it's constant conversation with this player's agent with 105 players on your team, and you're dealing with all of them. In the NFL, you got a GM. You could have a family life. You could have a life other than just coaching, and all you do is coach in the NFL, but you're not going to make as much money. It's not going to set you up for life. There are actual stakes if you get fired. You're not going to get a gigantic buyout. Where would you decide right now, Coach, if you had your pick of the two to be a head coach in college or be a head coach in the NFL?
I've always been NFL. I've had some offers, things like that, to move into that college world before it is what it is right now. So I don't know. I mean, there's not much of a life in coaching in general. I mean, as NFL coaches, we live for, that month in the second half of June and July, and that's really what it is. So, but hey, I always say I've been rich and miserable, and I've been poor and happy. I think I'd choose poor and happy.
You get paid to fail in college, though. It's not bad.
It's a good gig. If you're a competitor, it's not great. But I mean, if you do lose, like, oh well, what are the real stakes?
Who are the great teams right now in the NFL?
Well, I mean, you have to put the Eagles up there, even though I think there's some underlying issues that I can't quite figure out. But their defense is legit. And I think if this time of year you have a team that's in a pretty good position like they are, and you have a defense, you have a chance, because good defense and good run games obviously kind of can travel anywhere, any conditions. So I put the Eagles up there. I put the The Rams up there for me are a really good team, with a really good coach and quarterback. I really like the Seattle Seahawks. I really do. I mean, a tough one last week, but I think you saw, their defense show up against a really good Rams offense that had been just tearing everybody up. And, they unfortunately didn't win it, but I think they're a complete team. Like I said, the Rams, the Eagles, who else we got?
I mean, are you buying the Patriots or the Colts?
Oh, and the Colts. I really like the Colts. I think, the Colts and Seattle probably similar because I think we all need to see how each quarterback plays as the games get bigger. Sam Darnold in Seattle and Daniel Jones, obviously, but they've both done really terrific things. So, I'm buying the Colts. Look out for the Ravens, with their defense now putting 4 or 5 games together, holding opponents down and their ability to run the football. I would pay attention to them for sure.
And we haven't talked about the Chiefs, but I mean, man, it's weird. I think it's wide open. It feels wide open because the Chiefs aren't a part of the discussion right now. They're hosting the Colts Sunday. I mean, this feels like they've got to have that game. They've got to win that game.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs and I will never bet against them as long as they have Patrick Mahomes. Spags doing what he does on defense. I mean, the record's not there. I get it, but I don't. I'm not going out on a limb and saying that the Chiefs are done. But they are. They've limited their margin of error. I mean, it's become very small, and they're basically in playoff mode. I would think right now that every week has got to be like a playoff game. But I ain't betting against the Chiefs. Trust me.
How concerned are you with Aaron Rodgers' left wrist injury as the Steelers get ready to go to Chicago?
Well, anytime you have an injury at the quarterback position, not good. But, I had Kurt Warner with a dislocated elbow on his left arm. He came back pretty quick. You got to hand the ball off funny. I'm hearing Aaron say he's much more comfortable in the shotgun. I think he, in general, is much more comfortable in the shotgun. So I'm not overly concerned. And with what I saw from Mason Rudolph, I thought they came out he came in prepared and ready to go, and they played a really good game. So, but I think, I have friends, Steeler fans, Yinzers, whatever you want to call them. They're like, I think we have a better chance with Mason Rudolph. I don't know that to be true. I think Aaron's done he had one bad game, but other than that, he obviously gives you a really good chance to win week in and week out. But the key for the Steelers is their run game and their defense, like every team we talk about.
It's always the backup quarterback, the most popular player on the roster.
This is an upgrade when this guy comes in. Look at that.
Have you seen? Go ahead.
No. Growing up, it was Terry Bradshaw, and then we had Cliff Stout. And everybody thought he was, because when he came in, he did good things. And once the real reality hit, it wasn't quite as good.
Once he had to play more than the game.
Wasn't quite as good is an understatement. Hey, if you like this channel, become a season ticket holder for Hot Mic by clicking the subscribe button below and join our conversation in the comments section. Agree or disagree, we'll join.
Hey, have you seen much of Cam Ward?
Yeah, I mean, I watch every game, and I like a lot of things that I'm seeing. It is a process. I think we've been spoiled by the C.J. Stroud stories, the Jaden Daniels stories. It's so hard. I think he's probably more on the trajectory of what Caleb Williams is going through right now. So, we'll see what they do. It's been better, though, at least as a team, even though the wins haven't come. But, he looks talented. He looks fearless. He's just a young quarterback, with ability that's trying to find his way. And what happens at the end of the season, with them changing head coaches, Mike McCoy, I would think, would have a shot depending upon how it goes down the stretch. But, that'll be a big item for him. How
much does it stunt the growth or development of a quarterback, Coach? whenever you have the midseason change at head coach. The whole trajectory of what they've been geared towards is now just kind of in neutral, I guess, is the best way to describe it. It's just kind of just flatlined.
I haven't been actually in a building where that happened. I got kicked out of a building midseason, but haven't been where I've had to go through that, but not good.
Yeah.
I just, there's so much trust, work, dedication, communication that goes on that, it might look good for a game or two, but how many times, other than Versace out in Las Vegas, that I probably felt at the end of that run that he probably should have got the job.
No doubt.
Not good. It affects everybody involved. And like you said, you start putting this thing together here right after the Super Bowl, and then to change it all up midseason, I'm just never a fan of it.
Hey, always a fan whenever you're able to join us. We appreciate the perspective, and thanks for taking the time out of your day to do that.
No, I love being on with you guys. You guys are awesome.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, appreciate you, Coach. Get back to your pregame prep.
Shocked by no Shedeur Sanders questions.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that next time.
Yeah. Well, hey, I've gone ahead and called it. His first win as a starter will be against the Titans later this. It'll be like week 2 of December. There you go.
I don't know. Cam Ward's a seasoned veteran now. We'll see.
Yeah. He's got a lot more reps, that's for sure.
The players around him are not seasoned vets. I know that.
No.
Good to
enjoy the football, guys.
Yeah, man. Same to you. There he is. Todd Haley has been our guest. Always enjoy the chat with him.
It's always the age-old question: is experience good when the experience sucks?
Yeah.
When you're bad, like you're just getting bad rep after bad rep, is that really good? It's not good for the fan. We know that. Definitely not good for the fan.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to OutKick Hot Mic.
Daily content and more at OutKick Hot Mic on YouTube.